Alright, here we are. Welcome, Lai. Good to see you. I don't know if you've been watching WandaVision, but be forewarned, we play Stardew and discuss WandaVision on this stream. So there'll be a lot going on. Hope you're doing well. Currently, I have Lindsay and my friend Kristen with me. Lynn will be hopping on shortly, which is when we'll discuss the actual show. For now, Lindsay and I are going to start playing. Mackenzie can't join us this weekend because she's married and it's Valentine's Day. The jerk. The jerk. Valentine's Day. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No worries, Lai. We're not gonna get into it until our third person hops on, so you're safe for now if you want to chat for a little bit while we play. But once she hops on, we are gonna be diving into the show. Alright, did you get your invite code, Lindsay? Oh. Hey, Andrew. Did the invite code go through? Hey. Okay. Then I'll just text you the code. Where's our Discord? There's our Discord. There you go. It's in our Discord chat now. The first chunk of the stream is always just getting stuff ready. A little different than what you're used to. The Stardew streamer only being able to drop by. Hello, Jethro. How's it going? Got a lot of people filing in. I'm gonna be real mad if we figure this out as a test and then you couldn't get in during the actual stream. So we have today and tomorrow of fall. Or not fall, summer. And then we hit fall. So it'll be good times. And Kathleen is here. Kathleen, would you like to jump into voice chat? Can we do multiplayer? Our multiplayer is full. We are playing in year 3, so all the slots are full currently. But I appreciate you asking. Yes. No. Auto grabber. Technical farming. Excellent. Exactly, Andrew. I guess as long as we're waiting, I'll do a quick thing at the beginning. My plan is Tuesday to start playing Alan Wake, but I'll probably be streaming a little bit earlier in the day than usual because I have that day off work. So I usually, like, if you know my usual, or I should say, let's say, right now in my time zone, it is 2 o'clock. I will probably stream closer to noon, maybe even 11 my time on Tuesday, and we'll start Alan Wake. You can't hear any other voices? They're talking. Can you try talking again real quick, Lindsay? You're not kidding. OBS is not picking up Discord. Hold on. I don't know why. Discord was being finicky earlier, though. Let me just do something real quick. Hey, there you are. Okay. Now you should be able to hear the game and other people.
People are good to hear.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, welcome, Cal. We on another talk. I have a lot of farms going, Jethro. Again, I appreciate you asking. But I just can't juggle another one at the moment. Okay, well, I can hear us all now. There we go. Yeah, when I first opened OBS, it didn't want to hear, like, anything. And it couldn't find my mic, and I guess in the process of fixing my mic, it unfixed the other mics. So they're, you know, classic Discord.
We got it.
Jethro, if it's one of your farms, that's not going to solve the issue of time. But I also usually just play with people I know a little bit better. But I do appreciate you asking. Okay, so we have Kathleen now, who's an extra special bonus always. For those of you who don't know, if you're in my streams as a regular, that would be, how do you pronounce your YouTube name?
Oh, it's I believe. Oh my god, I always forget what it is. It's Katya GB13.
Katya?
So you can tell I made it when we were still in college.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, though I do know Sarge just calls me Cat.
Yep. Which is fun. I don't know. I don't know if she put two together when you appeared on here. Obi-Wan's brother. Haha. But once Lynn gets here, we're gonna discuss WandaVision properly.
Yeah.
Although at this point,
How do I get to see this chat?
Lindsay, do you have the link still, or do you want me to grab it for Kristen?
Can.
I mean, if you want to just watch the stream too, it'll be on a delay. But if you mute it, then you can also see what Lindsay and I are talking about.
That's what I do.
It in the
Are you on your farm now, or the I'm So Tired farm?
We got the I'm So Tired farm to work, so.
Yay!
Unfortunately, Mackenzie is busy. Also, still has the injured arm anyway, even if she was not busy.
Dang. At risk, always. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. My favorite color is purple, so it works out very well.
See you, Lai. Thank you for dropping by. Oh, you and Andrew were really with me through all of Deus Ex. Is that Lynn? Did I hear Lynn?
Yes, it's Lynn. Hey guys.
Welcome. All right, we can officially start the party now.
Oh, well, you're very sweet. Thank you. That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, the party can't start until I mentally show up.
All right, so we're just doing our farm, but so WandaVision, right?
I'm really my notes are so disconnected this week. This is more of a week for introspection, don't you think?
Yes, I think so.
A deep. The first note I have is let me see if I can read it. Of course, Director Hayward is wearing a stupid little quarter zip. God, I hate him. That's my first note, even though I'm somebody who also has at least one of those little quarter zips. It's like, he definitely, now we know how much he sucks.
I mean, we know now. It's well established.
It's just every week with what he chooses to wear under his fucking little blazer, we kind of know more and more.
Yep.
The depths of this man's depravity.
Right.
Don't know any bounds.
Oh.
All right. 2 full silos, Jess. So
that's amazing.
We will. Actually, I guess if we need another one, we have. It's the summer, right? I keep thinking it's fall because you fall, but now
we got time. We got time. We could upgrade one of your guys' houses if you wanted.
No, we should upgrade the shed first.
Oh, the shed first? Okay. I can never remember where we're at.
Yeah, we should out to make notes of this and then have it done.
So Lindsay and I are just going to stumble around and get ready for the start of fall. But where do we want to begin with WandaVision? How to begin?
I'm wishing that they'd had a more distinct 90s episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
Just in the interest of time. But when I never really watched Malcolm in the Middle, but when I saw that Malcolm in the Middle opening, I was like, oh, so we're kind of mushing the 2000s in with
with the 90s.
other references. Okay.
Yeah. Do we have a
Because I
loom?
would think Malcolm in the Middle, I associate it more with the 2000s.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying. I would really have liked a distinct 90s episode because it seemed like last week was more 80s than 90s.
Well, and
Even though there were a couple, like maybe a few 90s references last week, it seemed like that was more 80s, and then we went right to Malcolm in the Middle.
I feel like the other kind of issue is that we're running out of decades, right? There's 3 more episodes. Lindsay, do we have a loom for wool?
No.
Because I have wool and I can't figure out where to make fabric.
I don't think we have a loom.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't make one because we don't have pine tar. So once we get some pine tar, we'll be good.
There's no pine tar in.
Not in Eric's, but I'll look in some of these other boxes. But okay. So I agree with the that I wish there was a more distinct 90s.
Yeah.
I'm chewing, right?
I'm having a cutscene.
I never expected to have a decade for all 9 episodes. I fully expected at least the last episode to be more like a Marvel movie. I guess
Right.
I just because I knew they were starting in the 50s and they originally expanded from 6 to 9 is what I heard originally.
Right.
Back when they first announced this show. So I never thought it would be like all 9 episodes is a different decade, but I also, because we had such distinct 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s,
Right.
would like to have had one distinct decade per episode if that is what they were going to do.
Right.
But you know, it certainly was done well. I don't know if they were trying to avoid Full House comparisons. Maybe that was an Elizabeth Olsen's writer, for all we know. She was like, bring up my sisters, and that's my only request.
Yeah.
Lindsay, let's do another fish pond too. We only have one.
Yeah, good idea. Yep, so that took forever. So I definitely went to Robin's house to see what kind of stuff we needed without looking it up, and my cousin took it.
Hey, we should get a telephone. Have you gotten a telephone in any of your playthroughs yet?
You can get a telephone?
You can get a telephone and call Robin and find out prices. I just got it in my single player. I'll go buy one tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
I did not know the thing. I need to buy it in all.
Right, it was amazing. Okay, sorry again.
Couple good points from Andrew and John in the chat, and Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Cal. Cal pointing out that there is a character called Hayward in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. who's kind of a henchman type, which, yeah, I think we're expecting that connection to Hydra means that he is a bad guy. It remains to be seen if he is a bad guy in the sense that he is an asshole bureaucrat, or if he's literally Hydra. I'm kind of leaning towards asshole bureaucrat after this week, though.
Yeah, I feel like as wild and complicated as this show is, you're gonna hit a terminal velocity on complicated, and like, you know, it's like it's at a certain point you can keep adding complications, but it's just gonna feel the same. So like, why not just
like diminishing returns? I think that they're really wise to spend more of their capital on making stuff weird in Westview. Yeah. And then you have a character who's a lot like the Agent Ross character from like Civil War and stuff. Who works for the government and he sucks and we hate him. Yeah. And it doesn't get deeper than he works for the government and he sucks and we hate him. Yeah, exactly. I do want to point out that on my second watch of this episode, I think he's kind of a little racist as well. He was like, when Monica and Kat were she says, when Monica and Darcy were talking to him, he was like, oh, so which of you is the sassy best friend? And I'm like, oh, okay, I know very little, sir, but I know that you can't say something like that. You know, that's inappropriate to say that to Monica. Boo. Andy's pointing out it worked well to expand the role of the children. Agreed. It's so hard to find child actors that aren't horrible and write kid roles that aren't the worst, and it really is working out. I feel I'm almost going to be disappointed when they get aged up again because these 10-year-old actors are nice.
They were good, yeah. I enjoyed them, as you know.
Right, but if they really want to go for like a second Avengers team, I don't know that they would go all the way to making like a kid Avengers. Like, I know that exists, but that doesn't mean that they want to do, like, full blockbuster movies with 10-year-old superheroes.
I keep hearing about young Avengers, but that's young, like, teenagers.
That's
not,
I mean, that's like
10 years old.
you can have Spider-Man lead them, and he's the oldest one. He's the old. Spider-Man is the old fart of the young Avengers.
That is whatever comes after Generation Z. Yeah, maybe that's what. Wait, let's just call whatever comes after Gen Z Young Avengers. Let's try and make that a thing. Let's get
the name up there. Perfect. I love it.
Don't see why we can't mix it up.
Lindsay, don't pass out.
We've had.
I can't. I'm stuck.
What?
Are you in a cutscene?
No, I was just stuck. The bottom of our farm has way too many trees. And I couldn't get the whole it.
Burn it to the ground, Lindsay. That's my advice.
You made it.
I played this game. Fire.
Thanks for your bed today. I also need to get at least a couple trees out of the way at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because barely can get a horse through it. So that was almost very problematic.
Once fire, just FYI, fire. You can't go wrong.
Andrew's pointing out that Tommy and Billy are in the Young Avengers, right? But they don't have to be 10, is what I'm saying. Unless Marvel really wanted to make a show for kids, I don't think they're going to make 10-year-old Avengers. So like, I think they're going to be aged up again. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're debating about like if when we talk about Young Avengers, how young are we talking? It's not like Avengers back to school, back in class, whatever you would call that. It's like Riverdale Avengers. Like they're teenagers and they're doing stuff and they're probably good looking for a bunch of teenagers, that kind of thing.
Right, exactly.
I like how John is pointing out that the 90s and 2000s were pretty often mushed together in the cultural consciousness, especially depending on when you were born.
Right.
First of all, John, if you're saying especially for those who were born in the late 90s, early 2000s like me, okay, screw you, John. You're young. Get out of here. What is this? This is a chat for people who are younger than me? I don't like that. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. What is this? Who allowed you in here? Go. Does your mom know you're here, John, in the chat? I don't know about that. But yeah, no, really. I guess I can see that, the 90s and 2000s being kind of mushed together. The farther away from those decades we get, the more distinct they seem to me.
Yeah.
But I do think that's fair. Also, they're wondering in the chat if maybe mushing it together could also have anything to do with Wanda losing control of the Hex.
It could. I think it could just have to do with story structure.
Yeah, same. She didn't seem like somebody who was losing control literally of the Hex in this last episode. It ended with her expanding it, so I don't know about that. Yes, oh God, I'm old enough to be John's mother. This is so disappointing.
You are not.
John in the chat, like, I'm 22 years old. Oh,
you are not old enough to be his mother. Don't give me this.
A little young for that.
That would be a very, very unfortunate, tragic situation.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. As everyone knows, I am only barely 25, so I'm not that much older.
Yeah,
Anyway, moving on to more important things. I like that John and Andy are pointing out that Agnes not only played a prominent role in the title sequence, she had naughty bedazzled on her ass in the opening sequence as well.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, how are you feeling about your theory after this episode?
You know, one of the things that stood out the most to me about this episode was not only how little we saw of Agnes, but how she seemed to I don't think that she was lying to Vision. I think she is also stuck, and that was fascinating to me. I do think she is Agatha Harkness and helped Wanda set this Hex up, but I don't think she planned to get stuck in it, and I kind of wonder if that's a direction they're leading this, where she is literally it was a monkey's paw kind of deal, where she did not intend to put herself under Wanda's control, but she accidentally did.
That's possible. Because, like, it seemed like if they were going the route where she was lying to Vision, that's again just making something really complicated. Lindsay, do you want to make more starfruit out of the starfruit you have, or should we just use it? Because all of us needed to do the Soldier Star quest. I still have to. I don't know if Mackenzie did it.
We had 3, so at least we a couple more.
Okay.
I feel like there's another quest that, so I might do 2 more just so we can have a little stash going.
Okay.
I don't remember what, but I remember needing like 9 starfruit
Okay.
at
Look,
some point.
we have 2 stacks of 999 coffee beans, so don't tell Mackenzie, but I'm gonna sell some. Why she's not here. I understand she loves coffee, but
I've been all of the gold and silver ones and just keeping the normal ones.
yeah, there's 2 stacks of 999 normal ones. Like, we're
Oh
not
my.
making that much coffee.
That
So
new
we're gonna sell some coffee beans.
Sure. I'm like I'm still thinking about Agnes a lot.
Mhm.
How she was talking even when she was stuck. And
Yeah.
how she had the wherewithal to get in her car and drive towards the end of the hex.
Andrew has
then-
that down there too.
Yeah. Andrew pointing out that she has a lot more agency. I think you're right, Andrew. I also was thinking about how the boys have not aged up unless she was there, which I don't know that that's something I picked up on when we talked last week. Like, when the twins were doing the aging up, they literally haven't even discussed it unless Agnes was also present.
That's true.
So I
Mhm.
think she's got a very big part to play. I was starting to feel anxious though, because I'm not ready for this show to only have 3 episodes left, guys. I'm
Right.
not ready. I'm like, I'm really, I know there's some people have real problems, but I'm also worrying about it. Like, are they gonna wrap everything up?
So, for what Cal's saying, to kind of play devil's advocate the other way, to use what Andrew said,
Sure.
when Agnes says that's not the only place he is, I mean, yeah, that could be a reference to her, but I think that was also a bit of innuendo. Like, because Cal's pointing out that he doesn't want Mephisto to be a red herring, and like, maybe
Yeah.
it's because I don't know about these things. I don't know if
Right.
it really counts as a red herring per se, because I don't think there's been anything that is overt that's like, it's gonna be Mephisto. I think that maybe there's seeds, but I don't think there's been anything where it's like, that. I don't know. Like, I think it's there. I think they know
Yeah.
the super fans would be wondering about it, but other than that, like, I'm trying to think of a comparison in like, so like with The Mandalorian, which is like a comparable thing, where
Yeah.
a couple of us have like that kind of level of knowledge. If there was something in The Mandalorian where they were like, oh, you know, this character might show up, you know, this is an Easter egg to this Jedi showing up, you know, but then it was Luke instead. Was it a red herring? There wasn't really any proof that it would be anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, there can be stuff in there that people might pick up on because they know a lot of things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that was
Right.
promised. A red herring is like something that was promised but then isn't a thing. You know what I mean?
You know, I read one theory that instead of doing a separate Mephisto character, they have literally combined his character with Agnes, and that's the quote unquote reveal of like the big bad or whatever is going to be that Agnes is the one who has these powers, and they will literally combine the Agatha Harkness character with a lot of Mephisto's characteristics, which I would be here for. I would be on board with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm really going back and forth on it because there were some devil references, but if they have not expanded on that a lot by the end of episode 6,
Right.
then is he gonna show up soon or what?
I mean,
I'd like to know.
The end, it could literally end with a setup, right? Like, it's not that Mephisto...
You shut your mouth, Jessica. You shut it. Oh God.
But like, it could end...
Disappointed.
It could end with, like, it's not that Mephisto or anybody else was behind this all, but it could be, you know, I mean, what if it's the reverse? What if Harkness is somebody that trains Wanda in the comics, but what if she's somebody who's activated by Wanda in the MCU? What if Harkness?
I
What-
don't, I am torn on that personally. I
Mhm.
see what you're saying, and I think it could go that way. But she really has come across like a character who knows a lot, at many times more than Wanda. And I think that if Wanda had activated her, how would she know more than Wanda? Or
Right.
am I reading too much into it? I have to leave that possibility open that we're all reading a lot into some pretty opaque clues.
Mhm.
That is
So I don't. I still think that they know what they're doing. I just think that other than maybe teasing people who are going to be looking for what things are going on, they haven't necessarily promised anything bigger. Not that there isn't something bigger, but I don't know. This is so different for me just because this is material where it's like I can kind of go on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like the idea, because I talked last week about liking the idea of Wanda being culpable for what's going on, like more responsible and having to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
If Agnes is someone who is inadvertently caught up in this spell, then that would be kind of amazing. Rather than pulling Wanda's strings,
Right.
she's someone who isn't 100% under her control, but did not anticipate being another like random townsperson,
Right.
and kind of got sucked in. I love that. I absolutely love that.
I mean, especially if we go to what if the missing person is Ralph, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and he was a missing person in witness protection. Maybe he was in witness protection from Harkness, who showed up in the town.
Yeah. We don't know that that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely could be.
That's
I
when
like
we go to the beach.
Oh! Hey, it's the pumpkin festival.
The moonlight jelly.
Whoops, I totally forgot about it.
Okay. I just realized it was getting late and I didn't know what time we needed to be there.
I'm gonna head there now.
Okay. I have a horse right here, so I will be a minute. That was not the best way to go.
With Cal and Andrew, I get what you guys are saying about the, that trope. But, oh, we gotta be there at 10, so you got time. But, like, I don't know, that's like, I don't know that the not doing that trope is more important to me than protecting, like, the integrity of Wanda's character.
Yeah, agreed.
Because, like, you can avoid that trope, which is, a thing, but then that makes Wanda a person who would lock up a whole town. You know what I mean? Like, what are we sacrificing?
That's a very good point. I really was interested to see.
Oh, there's a shop here now.
There are further, like,
every thing now. Every event, I guess, thing now.
Go ahead, Lynn, sorry.
I'm still thinking over how I'm even going to phrase this. I think it's interesting that Wanda continues to genuinely be confused whenever anyone implies that she is puppeting these villagers or that they are trapped here.
Right.
Like, the single biggest takeaway I had from this week's episode is what the Sam Hill is up with Quicksilver. What is going on? I can't figure it out. I'm really intrigued by it. It's what I liked the most about this episode, for sure.
Do you want my really terrible theory that'll make you mad?
Yes. I'm craving it.
What if, knowing or unknowingly, Quicksilver is reporting to Hayward?
Yeah, yes. Just because I don't think that's that bad of a theory. Because, I mean, I don't like the idea of Quicksilver, who is cool, interacting with Hayward, who we've established is like the king of Dixville.
Right.
But I also, this man is gathering intel.
Yeah.
He's gathering intel.
Yeah.
Not only did he not answer Wanda's questions that she was asking to attempt to get information,
right.
He was pumping her for info every time he talked to her. Unbelievable. He's gathering info for somebody. The
Right.
question is just who.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because he's asking all of these questions. And there was one thing where when I rewatched it this morning, he goes, you know, you were always the empathetic twin, and like, did you just let the kids sleep so they didn't have to go through trauma? And then he pointed out,
Yeah.
like, you kept couples together, you gave them better jobs. How would he know that?
Yeah, exactly. Is the idea been that he has been? I guess he could have been gathering this intel when he just being in the town. They don't
Yeah.
say how long he's been there,
Right.
but I. That's true. That's really interesting. When all we really know for sure, as Cal's pointing out in the chat, is that we don't definitively know what caused the alarm when Pietro showed up.
Right.
I have a theory that rather than I really thought that maybe subconsciously Wanda called him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm genuinely starting to think that he was called by somebody else and agreed to run into the hex and attempt to gather intel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for whatever reason, he agreed to do that as a mission. Like, this morning I was watching it pretty early, drinking my coffee, waking up, and I thought, I can just picture Doctor Strange going to the Fox version of the multiverse
Right.
and saying, hey, you're also Quicksilver. Want to do something for me? And Quicksilver going, cool, Wizard Man, sounds great.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because he could be gathering intel, but not for bad reasons. That's absolutely true.
I kind of don't think he is gathering it for a bad reason. I
No.
kind of think he's doing something similar to what Monica was doing, arguably better.
I think even if he is reporting to Hayward, he's not doing it because he thinks, or because he wants to hurt Wanda. I think he would be doing it because he thinks Hayward would want to help Wanda, which would be a lie. But he got there after the missile, so he wouldn't necessarily know about that.
Oh, sure.
Like Hayward might have tricked him and be like, well, I'm really trying to help her, and he's like, oh my god, you know, okay. So.
Especially just because we know that he had been able to see inside the hex without telling anyone. He was tracking Vision without telling anyone. Like, maybe he's able to communicate with people inside.
Good point. Good point.
Oh, here's a wild idea. What if B Guy was transformed into Quicksilver?
No. No. But no. It could.
Are you ready for me to start the jellies, Lindsay?
I want to give big props to Cal and Andrew in the chat. Cal for saying, Fox Studios, I've come to bargain.
Hilarious.
And then Andy saying, the hex.
I love it.
You guys are terrible, and I'm glad you're here today.
Okay.
Pat yourselves on the back.
I really need your guys' help with this. So I was talking to my friend Bear Friday after the episode, and he has a theory that the Hex is going to be how they introduce mutants to the MCU. And I was trying to remember, is there anyone in the MCU besides Billy and Tommy that were born with their powers, excluding like Thor, who's a god, or like Star-Lord, who's half a god, or like aliens with powers? Like, is there a human who was born with their powers in the MCU?
I don't think so.
I can't think of one, no.
I can't think of one either.
It's literally like lab accidents and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, maybe in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's not really considered true canon anymore.
Sure.
So, like...
Yeah. That's a good point.
So-
That's a darned good point.
Like, maybe the eventual, like, explosion of the Hex will put Juju in the air or whatever, and now people will start being born mutants now that the MCU can use the word mutant.
Sure. And that is possible. I'm also thinking, too, about the effects of going in and out of the hex.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there's no evidence that anybody can leave unless Wanda wants them to. We've only seen one person. We've seen two human people walk out of that hex, and one of them was Wanda, and the other one was when Geraldine got pushed.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and when Vision tried to leave, I don't know whether he was disintegrating because he's actually literally dead outside of the hex, or if he just can't. If he absolutely cannot. So when Darcy was saying to Monica, "Oh, your cells have been rewritten on the cellular level
Yeah.
twice,"
Hmm.
does that mean that the agents who got sucked in through the hex are going to have been rewritten on the cellular level
Right.
once? Are we going to live in a world where Kat Dennings is a mutant? Like, I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
same thing when I watched it, because I'm like, all right, so if it's in, is it in and out? Like, how much does this have to do with it? Does it have to do with who she is as a person? So it's just not going to be a thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to know.
I wonder too if there's just something about Monica. Because when they were trying to tell her
Right.
about her lab results, she wasn't like, oh, so is this going to happen to everyone? She was like, I've seen enough lab results. So, like, maybe she knows something about herself that
Right.
the Hex would
Yeah.
have interacted with that she did not want to tell the other two in that moment.
You know, I'm always thinking about how cancer is like her mom's cancer could have been genetic, and maybe
Mhm.
that will somehow have an effect on her cells. Like
Andrew and I
maybe
are on
she-
a vibe. Andrew,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
been you've been around long enough. I think we just understand.
Thank you for sharing in the chat, Andrew, instead of just telekinetically letting Jess know what you're thinking, because this way we can all read it.
Exactly. And I agree with John that I think the Hex is what was keeping Vision alive. I was literally screaming at him while I was
Yeah.
watching the episode, like, "Don't leave! You're dead! Don't leave!"
No, Vision. Yeah, I do think that ultimately that's why he was disintegrating, not just why he couldn't leave. It's because he's
Right.
he's actually literally dead.
Dead
for sure.
outside. Well, and Wanda was even like, "You don't want to know what's outside the Hex, because what's outside the Hex is death."
Well, and he doesn't remember the Avengers. He doesn't remember being
Right.
dead.
What's an
Right.
Avenger?
Right. Like, he doesn't know. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that definitely leads into, like, okay, well, how, you know, like, he was brought back, so he's not going to have any idea what's going on.
Right.
Right.
And that kind of, I mean, like, he can't be out there.
Right.
That makes everything wrong.
Oh, I've said this in our polo group, but I low-key really want Darcy to be like, I get that I'm trapped in here against my will, but I actually really love living in television, and she, like, secretly is just really happy to be there.
It makes me so happy. Like,
That would be funny.
She's just
That would be
living
very
her
funny.
best life. Like, she's not even being mind controlled. She goes up to Vision, she's not even in my head. I just love it here.
And then the hex like dramatically ends, and Wanda's weeping over Vision's dead corpse again.
Yeah.
And there's Kat Dennings in her uniform from the sitcom she was
She's
on.
on.
Aw man. Did you have to end it, Wanda?
Yep, I tell you, I think that would be amazing.
it
I
would
think
be.
you're onto something.
I think that would be great. Oh, we gotta buy so many seeds. It's a new season.
I'll be out there to help you. I'm done with the animal.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go buy seeds too at some point because we don't have any fall ones. I don't think.
I don't think so. I don't know. We could, but I don't think so.
Marsh Mighty's Heroes like Kevin Bacon. Exactly. See, these are spring. Yeah, we don't have any, so I'll go buy some fall seeds once Pierre's is open. Is Two Broke Girls a Fox sitcom? I can't remember what it was on.
I think it was CBS, but I'm not sure because I never saw it.
I think you're
I
right.
think Lynn's right. I think it was
I don't
CBS.
know why I would know that, but I think it was.
Yeah, I feel like I would have been more aware of it if it was on either
CBS.
or... Okay. So they might not have rights to her specifically, but she could wear that uniform.
Or could be a waitress.
Yeah.
That would be very funny.
Like, just some kind of reference to it, I think would work. It's 10 a.m. I'll go buy some seeds. I wouldn't worry about hacking out too many more spots, because we have to plant all these too, so you might start with watering the other spots. We'll go figure out what we can get. Oh, we gotta water this corn too, I kept forgetting.
You can water that corn over there? Nah, shit. I
Yeah.
don't think we did.
I've been forgetting, because We didn't. I thought it was a waste to make sprinklers to do a straight line. What other stuff in the show? I thought it was interesting. I don't know if it means anything, but I thought it was interesting that the one twin did not discover his super speed until he was running around with Quicksilver.
Yes, that's true. He absolutely did not. I don't know that the twins were going to figure it out until this episode. For whatever reason, when we see them at the beginning of the episode, neither of them had figured out their abilities. And then when Quicksilver shows up, then little Quicksilver Jr. figured it out, and then the Wanda's mind control passing on to the other twin. I refuse to keep their names straight. Wanda's mind control passing on to the other twin was like it didn't manifest until this episode. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Like if they'd been born, would it not have manifested until they were 10? Maybe.
Right. Mm. Oh, cranberries. We are gonna buy the heck out of some cranberries.
Oh yeah.
I kind of wondered too if it was like if they didn't have an awareness that the powers existed, therefore they didn't think to buy them. You know what I mean? Or buying things. They didn't think to try them, see if they were there.
It didn't. It seemed like though that it was Vision being in distress that triggered the mind reading ability.
Right.
Yes.
It didn't seem like he could hear anyone else's thoughts. It was like his dad dying, and that activated something.
Right.
Almost.
And yeah, that is how they played it. So.
I think there's something to where they, and I think that shows how much the kids, even though they probably came from a decision from Wanda, like she doesn't have true control over them, and I think that's part of what freaks her out.
Yes, I absolutely think that the concept of who she does and doesn't have control over is scaring her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I absolutely loved Vision now having the ability to go behind her back a little bit.
Right.
It's amazing. It's like she cannot fully control him, and I love that.
Right.
I think she just did it to herself when she decided she wanted to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she wanted to bring back an autonomous being,
right,
but failed to consider that that's someone who could disagree with her.
Right.
Right.
Something I suppose to keep in mind in many relationships is that they are autonomous and you will sometimes fight.
Yeah. Well, in that, I think there's always been a thing too where because their powers come from the same source.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have that same kind of control over him. If that makes sense.
I hadn't really considered that, but yeah, that absolutely could be it. I can't believe I never put that together. Yeah, I bet you're right.
And well, that's why she was the only one who could destroy the Mind Stone in Infinity War.
Right.
And I kind of wonder too, to some degree, if that's part of why Pietro can figure out what's going on. Because, or maybe because if she has, like, obviously Fox Universe Pietro, it's not the case, but, you know, MCU version, he got his powers from that same place.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's true. But that makes me wonder though, because if we are going on the theory that the Pietro we're seeing is the Fox version of Quicksilver,
mm-hmm.
which is what it said in the audio description of that episode last week,
right?
Then he didn't get his powers from any Infinity Stone at all.
Right.
So where does that leave that?
I wonder if that audio description was just, like, making it clear for people who might not know that he played Quicksilver in Fox and might not get the gag. Oh. Or if it was, like, being super literal. You know what I mean? Because that's something we don't know. I kind of talked about this... Oh, go ahead.
I just keep coming back to this multiverse thing. I think what we know for certain is that Marvel, with the Infinity Stone saga mostly over,
yeah,
except for the ramifications of it, they are going to be leaning extra hard into multiverses, and they did intend WandaVision to set up Doctor Strange too,
Right.
which is called Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So I guess there could be an explanation here that's not very multiversey,
Right.
but that doesn't jive with what I thought I knew about the plans for the MCU going forward. And I would like to be correct. So I'm not really sure. I like being right about stuff. So we'll see.
Well, I think this isn't pulling from anything Marvel whatsoever. But another multiverse kind of thing I like is BioShock Infinite. And in BioShock Infinite, when you go into a different universe, the person you are starts absorbing the memories of the other version of you.
Oh. Cool.
So, and then the problem your brain has is it's trying to rectify which memories are yours and which memories do you have because of the universe you're in. And that could be happening to Quicksilver, where he is Fox's Quicksilver, but because he's in the MCU universe, he has Pietro's memories.
That could even be an effect of, and absolutely. Like going into the Hex, even.
Yep.
It could be like if Hayward or whoever it is that we think convinced him to enter the Hex,
Right.
he does that, and then he starts remembering things that Pietro remembered, like that time after Halloween when they had typhus.
Right.
And maybe there is literally some of that happening here. That would be fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't know if you guys noticed. I didn't notice. I had to go back and watch it again after I saw this somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That they're dressed up as Nick Fury and Black Widow in that.
No, what?
Who is?
What?
Wanda and Pedro, like loosely, but like she has a long red braid and he has an eye patch.
That's funny.
I didn't know
almost died when I saw that. Like I saw it somewhere and I went back and watched it and was like, oh my god, this is a real thing.
That is hilarious. I didn't notice that.
That's
funny. It made me so happy.
The only thing I know is that their Halloween costumes are, like in present day, are based on the original comic book outfits.
Yeah, I loved that. I really liked how he comes down the stairs and he says, well, these were the only clothes in my closet this morning, darling. I love you so much. He really is not happy with this.
Even though he could have made himself look like whatever he wants, because we already know he controls his face.
Yeah. But he is, I don't know whether he's playing along for now or what, but it's...
Right.
I think, I just liked his subterfuge. I liked him sneaking around. I thought that was awesome.
Well, during one of my rewatches, I thought he was kind of low-key taunting her with the, like, oh, is this not what you like? Like, almost like he was asking her, like, what Herb and Agnes asked her, but he knew that she couldn't actually force him to do it. But I don't know if that was if I was imagining that.
No, I think you're onto something. I'm not sure, but I do think you're onto something.
Alright. Hey, Lindsay, I'm gonna end the day for me. Tyler's pounding on my door, so I'm gonna go check on him. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Thank you. Alright, I'll go to bed in a minute. Let's see. Okay, just trying to get rid of some things. I'm holding so much crap in my inventory. Alright, let's see. Where's the recycling thing? I can put the glasses in the recycling thing. We can sell his wine. Keep the pale ale because we can use that as gifts. I feel like we need to have a box of like things that people like to give them as presents. That seems like a smart thing to do. I'm just kind of mumbling about things we should do in the game. Why do I have these in my inventory? These should all be stuff.
Okay, I am back.
Hey.
Andrew says, wait, Jess, you mean like Jet Li in the one? I don't know. I've never seen the one, so I would not be able to answer that question for you.
I'm thinking a lot about that commercial. I think more
Oh,
than
yeah,
any of
yeah.
the other commercials. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that after I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So the child is starving to death, and a shark shows up and says, "I used to be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Then I used yo magic, but the magic doesn't save the kid from starving to death." Does this mean anything, or am
What
I
was
insane?
what
I
was the
cannot quite put it
tagline?
together.
I can't remember what the tagline was, but I remember thinking the tagline was important.
Oh God! Oh, I thought that too, but I can't remember either.
Thailand for what? I'm sorry.
Pardon?
What?
What are you guys talking about? Sorry, I missed what you guys were talking
What
about.
was the tagline in the
commercial.
commercial?
The snack for survivors.
Oh, thank
The
you.
snack for
Kristen.
survivors. And I think yeah.
It's not hitting the day. My bad.
I don't know. I can barely put it together. I wondered if maybe that was even supposed to be that kid at the orphanage that they were talking about, who always tried to steal Pietro's boots. He ended up starving to death.
He didn't have a thing with his face, right?
No, that's true. He didn't have a skin condition, which is what she was also saying.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm gonna go buy some stuff from Robin today. I planted a bunch of things that will grow over time, and then there's more seeds in the chest that's to the right of the field. In the event we need something from that. The only thing with the commercial that I was really trying to pick apart was that Infinity Stones theory we had.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think it connects.
I mean, it had kind of a yellowy, orangey overtone.
Yeah,
but aside from that, I couldn't quite put it together.
Yeah, because we're the only two that we're missing, assuming everything else was assigned correctly, was the soul and the power stones.
Well, I mean, it ends with a dead body. Could it be the soul stone?
It could. And like that was what some people were wondering. It's just all the other pictures there was like something about the actual item. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm not sure how this relates to a trauma from Wanda's past, which has been pretty much every other commercial has involved a trauma from Wanda's past. And as we know, neither she nor her brother literally starved to death.
Right.
So I don't know how that would tie in, unless it was maybe another kid that they knew in some way.
Well, I mean, yeah, but she does get access to the magic. That might be the difference.
Maybe.
But, I don't know, because I think that, maybe she felt like she would die without it. Maybe it was Vision.
Oh, that could be. Like, her magic is the only thing keeping him alive?
Yeah.
And the shark could be, like, somebody offering her the deal to keep him alive, maybe, with her magic.
Could be.
I mean, it depends on how literal we want to get, but if it's, like, someone consuming her magic, that would tie in together, too. Or someone needing her magic to subsist.
Right.
Like, that could even, whatever devil she made the deal with, whether that's Agnes or Ralph or somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. That could be.
But, let's see, I was trying to...
I screamed. I really did. It was upsetting. I liked it.
Yeah, it was the first one that got really dark. Darn it, it's Yoga Tuesdays! I'm not gonna be able to buy anything from Robin. Ugh. Hate Yoga Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, every woman in town goes and does yoga together.
Oh,
They never consider my needs on a Tuesday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because all of their shops are closed all day.
Apparently, yeah, it's not like an hour of yoga. We do yoga together all day. I'll go show you guys Tuesday yoga.
No.
Because like I'm not gonna get anything else done today. Because there's Jody going to Tuesday yoga. Here comes Emily to Tuesday yoga.
noticed they never invite
Freaking
us to
granny. Yeah, they never invite us to Tuesday yoga. Abigail doesn't go because she's too cool for that sort of thing.
Who?
Abigail, the purple hair girl.
Yeah, no. Alright.
Just give a gift to you in front of your father. See if that weirds him out. Hey, Bear! Bear, you would be driven nuts by the theories that you would hear going on here. Yeah, so here's
It would
Yoga
literally
Tuesdays.
drive you insane, Bear. We don't know what we're doing.
Here comes Marnie to Yoga Tuesdays. They're all just gonna do yoga. They'll all show up and just stay here all freaking day.
I could have. Oh well. Alright. I need another screen.
Why are you guys not starting? You're all here now.
What do I need? Big fix now. Sprinkler.
Not like Haley's gonna show up. I don't know what's going on. Maybe if I leave and come back, they'll transform. No, I guess that's actually a gossip party now. It used to be Yoga Tuesdays.
Wow.
They actually like do. I don't know. Maybe it's a certain form of this.
I don't know. I guess I'll go do something else on this Tuesday. I'll go collect crap from the beach. There's Leah. She's too cool for Yoga Tuesdays. I'll give you a gift since you didn't go to Yoga Tuesday. Alright, do we want for quest? We have Emily
Yeah.
looking for a rock rejuvenation ceremony. She needs some crystals. Or we can do the wizard wants us to track down dangerous prismatic slime. I've never seen prismatic slimes.
Me neither. So how do we get
And
those?
bring me a jar of its prismatic jelly? What?
Okay, well, wait, what? Prismatic jelly?
What is
Prismatic
this?
jelly?
What
Come
is this?
from?
Okay, we're gonna do this one because I want to know what this is.
Okay. Does it tell you how to figure it out?
No, I'm gonna go. It said go to the local mines, so I'm gonna go to the local mines.
Oh.
I'm presuming it drops jelly. Was that Star Wars crossover will happen in the next episode? I liked that the movies on the movie theater were The Incredibles and The Parent Trap. So you had
I love that.
you had a powered family and twins.
Yeah, I love that. Which also fits with the late 90s into early 2000s kind of theme. That's all mashed together. I love that.
Yeah.
Jess, are you here already?
Nope. I'm on my way. I had to come all the way from the mayor's house.
Do we have any further theories about who Monica has been teasing us with now? Her contact the last two episodes?
her guy that was gonna
The
meet them
guy
over.
that they're gonna meet over the ridge. Who the hell? Who's that?
Yeah, whoever it is. All right, what level do you want to go to, Lindsay? We should do different levels because we don't know what level this is gonna be on. Lindsay?
Yeah, whatever. I'm down.
I'm gonna go to 25, but you can go wherever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe her contact is whatever the rumored Avengers cameo is gonna be.
I also read somewhere that someone was like, "Oh, well, maybe it's Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four." And that's how they
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. There's a
Well,
there's a Reed Richards is actually an aerospace engineer, whatever she said his job was last week.
Oh. Didn't the new Fantastic Four movie get announced?
You know, I don't know. I think they announced they were going to do one. I didn't think there was anything more firm than that.
Right, but I mean, like, if that was just something they set up to, like,
Right.
have it be a thing.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. That would not surprise me
As, like,
at
the
all.
introduction to it. That's possible.
Maybe.
Alright, I see.
So Cal was pointing out in the chat that the Spanish subtitles indicated the aerospace engineer is a woman.
Interesting.
Really? Because she did say, my guy, he's gonna meet us. Didn't she say that?
She did. That doesn't necessarily mean they're the same person. We're making that assumption.
Yeah, that's true.
But the subtitles could have just had to guess. Right? Like, it doesn't necessarily... Because, like, that's depending on, like, Marvel being willing to tell the subtitlist what's happening.
Right.
Oh, I have a new job I want to aspire to someday. I'm gonna be a subtitlist.
I actually know somebody who does that for a living.
No! Oh, I bet they love it. I bet they have fun.
She lives in the Netherlands, and her job is to literally type up closed captioning for... I think it's Netflix. It's Netflix or Disney Plus. I can't remember which one.
She is living the dream. I love that. She is absolutely living the dream.
To be fair, I mean, I haven't had to do it for other languages, but I've had to do it in English, and it can get very tedious very quickly.
I'm sure it can.
I bet, but can't many things in life.
I assume it's easier in a language like English that isn't as, like, gender necessary.
Yeah. Well, there's that too.
Does she have to do the translating and the closed captioning, or just...
I think she just does the closed captioning.
Yeah, because that'd be tough doing both. I would have problems, though, because all the stuff I was doing was, like, nonfiction and doc stuff.
Yeah.
So it's, like, people talking normally, like how they just talk. Sometimes people talk very quickly or mumble, and you have to, like, watch it in 12 times in a row to be like, what are you saying?
Right. Okay. I haven't really encountered much in the way of... I've found a couple of jellies, but they haven't been prismatic ones. I don't know where they are. I don't know what levels. I'm trying to think of other stuff. Secret note. Secret note.
I like that has translated to any and all streams you do.
Yeah. Just me singing.
Deus Ex has secret vaults.
Yep.
Or
secret vent. Secret vent. Anytime there's a secret. Now. Anytime there's a secret. Secret tunnel. Anytime there's a secret. I can't help it. And then sometimes I'm like, I won't do it. And then Django does. And I'm like, no, it was meant to be.
Yep. It's required. Oh, John was mentioning the Spanish with the L and La, which is true. Though I haven't seen it, but it would be interesting to see if they were saying aerospace, because they were talking about the aerospace engineer, if that word itself is gendered.
Right.
Because words themselves have a gender, so maybe, and a lot of times if you're talking about an occupation, you change it to the person's gender. Then sometimes there isn't change in gender, so yeah, it can really depend on a lot.
Yeah, Latin's the same way. There's certain almost all words were innately gendered, but if it was like a sailor was gendered a certain way, but if you had a lady sailor or a male sailor, you would change it to that.
Yeah.
It's difficult to not read too much into certain words, but they did use the word nightmare twice in this last episode, and that was a rumor I heard a long time ago, was that for Doctor Strange 2, they were literally going to set up the Marvel Comics villain Nightmare, who is in charge of a multiverse that is where nightmares come from. When you have nightmares, it is you entering into a hellscape multiverse and not just a bad dream. Like, it's literally bad dreams. Yeah. That was a rumor I heard. So God knows if anything is going to come of that.
I don't know if I'll make it back in time.
Oh, it is late. Oh, crap.
Oh, no. Run!
It has always been Mysterio.
No, Bear, come on. It's always been Mysterio. Yeah, Mysterio's definitely not dead, and he is responsible for all of this. I mean, wouldn't surprise me.
That'd actually be an interesting connection.
Enough to do that.
gonna get into bed.
That was absolutely terrifying how Wanda turned the shield base into a circus. That was
a literal
scary.
circus. I loved it.
That was so watching those shield agents turn into clowns. That was terrifying. That's enough to make your hair stand on end. I mean, clowns.
I mean, it was a statement.
Yeah.
I wonder if the next episode, how unstable it'll be.
Good question.
Do you guys think that the everyone being frozen on the edge of town was because her power fades the closer to the edge you get, or do you think it was she just isn't gonna bother thinking about it because why waste the brain space? They just kind of wait until she shows up.
If you'd asked me when we first saw it before the end of the episode, I would have said that I thought it was because her power was not strong enough. But then when we saw her consciously expand the boundaries of the town by kind of a lot, I really think now that it was just a conscious, I'm not going to worry about this and focus on my family.
Yeah.
Which is horrifying. I love it.
Yeah, Andrew says NPCs, and that's what I thought of too. Like when you play a video game, you know, the game isn't necessarily rendering or processing the characters in the other room that you're not in.
Except that one lady who was repetitively hanging up the washing had a tear trickling down her cheek. It's
true.
So scary. So scary.
Yeah, you're like, oh man.
I have to wonder what Wanda is how she and Vision are going to interact next episode, because she knows he lied to her.
Right.
And tried to leave the town.
But she also knows she's lying to him.
Yeah, and he now knows that he's dead.
Yep.
And he was something called an Avenger, and then he died.
Yep.
So what is going to come of that?
There's nothing else I really remember from the first trailer that went out.
No, and I've been consciously not watching any trailers at all. Like, I've been intentionally. Andy in the chat, I always cry when I hang out my watching. Yeah, accurate.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I when I think about washing, I cry. That's when I cry.
Every time. Wow, we have so much stone. Just so much stone.
I took a whole thing of stone, just made a thing of ladders for or staircases for when we go to
the Skull Cavern.
Also, so I did look it up just because I was curious.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you accept this quest from the wizard, there's the potential that any slime will change color and be a prismatic slime.
Oh, okay. So it only works when you have this quest from him. Got it.
Yeah, it only works when you have this quest, and it's not super common, but like because we have the quest, it's a thing that we can actually do. So.
Okay. That makes sense.
Speaking of washing, I have to go drop off my laundry, so I will be back in a minute.
Sounds good.
Bye, Kathleen. Come back soon.
Bye.
What? I feel like there's so much, but at the same time, I still have so many questions, but it's just the knowledge of I don't think they will really let us know. For a while. The only thing, if I had to guess anything that was coming up, I'm not really able to guess, but I do think that we're going to see Wanda and Vision full on fighting, and I really can't wait. Like, that would be entertaining to me. Maybe I shouldn't feel that way, but I'm like, fight. Especially when you consider if this Vision doesn't have any memories outside of the Hex, why does he love Wanda?
Ooh. Yeah, you've raised an interesting point about what it means to bring back a person. Did you bring him back and tell him, I'm Wanda, I'm your wife, we love each other, and that's why he believes that?
Right.
Or did she, or is that, this is what I'm leaning towards, that part and parcel of bringing back a person, part of Vision's personhood was that he loved Wanda.
Right.
So when it's the same reason why he has autonomy and has his abilities. I mean, that theory maybe it's not super logical, it's more of a feeling.
Right.
Right.
but it'll be interesting to see.
No, I didn't want to eat the pomegranate. Stupid.
Alright, what do we got here? Construct farm buildings. Do we want to well, I didn't bring anything to upgrade farm buildings. I wasn't thinking about it. I just wanted to buy the stuff. Okay, we'll do that on a different day. I bought the telephone. And I bought 2 mini fridges for the house.
Oh,
So we
awesome.
can stop putting stuff in the crate and then have to remember what's where and all of that.
I love it.
Sebastian, would you like one of your favorite foods so that you will love me? But no, on that note, I think it's really possible that he'll realize that, like, if he doesn't have any of these memories, he could even be like, is it our vision? Is it Vision in the same way Quicksilver is not our Quicksilver, in the same way that Thanos wasn't our Thanos in Endgame, you know what I mean? So, like, what if he wakes up and realizes, this Vision could decide that he doesn't actually love Wanda.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely heartbreaking.
If he's a different person who's been manipulated by her.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
It could be. It could be. It absolutely could be. I had not considered it that way.
Yeah, I didn't until, like, this conversation. But, you know.
I almost hope that that's not true.
I know. It would be wrong.
That's so sad.
Because, like,
so sad.
To me, it would be more meaningful for them to have this, like, sad goodbye of him being like, I can't come back or whatever. But it's still possible. He'll be like...
I don't know. It absolutely could be. I'm just based on what else we've seen Vision do. I'm leaning towards the idea that she brought back Vision as a complete person, but that part of the terms was that she wanted him the way he was, which means able to make his own decisions, but also someone who loved her.
Right.
And that's kind of the root of his lying to her, going behind her back, being unhappy with the hex, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, someone dropped off. By the way, Lindsay, if you ever need bait, I have a ton of it, and I'm just storing it in my fishing pole. But, like, I can share if anyone needs bait.
Okay. I think we have a big old stack of meat somewhere.
Andrew says, does anyone wonder about how strong Herb really is in connection to Harkness? Did he cut through the wall and was dressed as... He did cut through a wall and was dressed as Frankenstein in this episode. Oh, so you think that, like, there might be some sort of, like, he is controlled by someone. Because he's, like, Frankenstein's monster. That's interesting.
I mean, the Frankenstein's monster, I thought, was kind of a reference to all the townspeople, because they are, like, Wanda's unholy creation, and they're being puppeted by her.
I just literally thought it was Halloween, so he was dressed as Frankenstein.
I don't read into that anymore then.
It was pretty scary how, when he was talking to Wanda, Herb was like, oh, did you want something changed? Like, it was like he had a moment where he understood what she was doing. It was like when Agnes asked, do you want me to do that again? In the last episode.
I created a bug steak.
What?
If you take 10 pieces of bug meat, you can create a bug steak that has 45 energy and 30 health.
That's so horrible.
Look, you all need to play Stardew Valley. I'm really hoping we can convince our friends on this call who don't play this game to play this game. Bug steak, there you go.
No. So.
He has more agency as well. And then, I wonder what that too, though. Yeah. Is it that he has more agency, or is he just in the show more?
Right, we've just seen him.
Yeah.
Seems like he has agency, but anyone we see will act the same way.
Sure. Sure, that's what I think too.
No, that's probably I've had the thought, and I kind of feel like that might be the case.
I'm gonna put the. I wonder if it will let me put the phone outside. It will. I'm gonna put the phone in kind of like a centralized location here by the stone house. That way it's close to all of us. You can literally just pick up the phone. Like, I'll click on Marnie, and then I'm calling Marnie. And it gives you her hours, and then you can check livestock price. Like, literally go to this phone and try it. It's crazy. Mini fridge time.
I've killed like 25 million slimes already, and I still have not found one, so I don't know how exactly popular they are.
I mean, we only need to find like 6. So I think that it's we're not expected to find a ton.
Oh, I found one. Oh my god, I found a prismatic shard.
It dropped a prismatic shard?
I just got a prismatic shard.
Well,
Like,
someone's going to the desert to get a galaxy sword.
You know I am.
And I'm really hoping that once you get it, then we can buy ours.
That would be so cool.
Because then we don't have to wait till we find more prismatic shards.
I'm seeing some theorizing in the chat that Herb is Mephisto. I don't know if we're kidding or serious. Could go either way. One thing I thought about that I actually heard elsewhere after our chat last week was that the missing persons could be the male guy who we've seen twice.
No.
Because the first time we saw him in the first episode, he said to Agnes, he said, "Oh, don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger."
Yeah.
Raising his hands, kind of. And then I can't remember what he said specifically to Wanda in the last episode, but it was something about the dog and how your mom's not going to let him get far. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He could be he could have some significance because we didn't see him at all this episode. But if he comes up in the future, I wonder if his character is going to have some significance.
It's possible.
Maybe it's the missing person, maybe not.
Mm-hmm. I'm very curious the way these things will go.
Oh, you were kidding, Cal. Sorry. I mean, we didn't mean to make fun of you, Cal. I know it wasn't just. He says in the chat he was kidding about her being Mephisto. Cal, at this point, any of us could be Mephisto. Or not even know it. I could be. If we're really going to do Mephisto, he could be anywhere.
I mean, to go with the what if Harkness is trapped in their theory,
yeah.
What if, like, I mean, Wanda, like, what if it was a weird sequence of events? What if, say, like, Harkness went to Wanda and was like, "Hey, I know where Vision is. You need to go to Sword and get him out because they're experimenting on him." So she goes and gets Vision and brings him to Harkness, but then she realizes Harkness is bad news. So then she creates the Hex to trap Harkness and forgets herself why she created the Hex.
Oh, Jeff, that's a great idea. That is a great theory. I love that. That would be amazing.
So then Wanda is fighting to keep the Hex going because she thinks it's her answer to her grief, when she actually initially made it to trap Harkness, not realizing what she was doing.
Like, maybe Harkness was going to talk her into doing it, and then wanted to change the terms of the Hex when she realized what Harkness was proposing, but then forgot about it.
Right.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Basically.
Oh, yes, I love that. I do.
And it would explain why Agnes was saying she was trapped and couldn't get out while also, like, being bad.
I'm really going to need a gif of Catherine Hahn going, "All is lost," because I thought that was really evocative.
That was great. She's like, dead, 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 dead.
And then she does a great witch cackle. I love that.
Yes.
You know, I'm seeing Andy in the chat theorizing that what if it is also the missing person that Sword is interested in?
Mm-hmm.
And it absolutely could be. That wouldn't surprise me because it was Agent Wu who was asked to look for him. It was like the FBI was involved. Could be Sword is too. But I'm also thinking like they're pretty mercenary. They want the vibe. They want Vision's body. They want his corpse.
if Hayward wanted the missing person too, why would he send Monica, who he knows would have, like, not, like, would have had the ethics to not do what he needs done, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. He would not have picked someone like Monica to go on that mission. Because he could have assigned Monica elsewhere, or, like, I can't remember how that conversation went.
Right.
With the two of them, but didn't he specifically tell her it had to be an Earth-based mission, and that was her mom's rules?
That's what he told her. Now, we don't have word from anyone other than him that it's her mom's rules.
Sure.
But I think that's a thing.
And Andy's theorizing now that Hayward then manipulated Wanda into doing all this, since he knew where Vision was, the need of plausible deniability. I feel like if they had Vision's corpse at their lab and they had been experimenting on it for 5 years, I don't think they planned for Wanda to take it. I'm not sure how that could have possibly factored into their plans.
You know, that brings up an interesting point, though. If Hayward knew that Vision was taken the whole time, did they not realize it was Wanda at first? Or why would he have not been tracking Vision the whole time and tracking Wanda the whole time? Why send Monica to this at all? Like, was he slow at getting the information? Or is there something else kind of going on?
I mean, the only assumption I can make, because, first of all, it's only been, Wanda took Vision's corpse, like, how long ago in real time? A week?
It was days. I think it was something like 5 days or something from the episode they told us about it. It's been longer now.
So there's that. Yeah. So there's that. But I'm also wondering too if the hex played a part in that. If they were concerned about trying to enter it, how to enter it. If they tried to enter it and had absolutely failed,
right?
If that's why they brought Monica on board, because they thought she was their best chance of trying to enter the hex. I mean, it could literally be that simple, where it's like, oh no, Wanda's got his corpse back. We need to find a way to get into this hex. If only it was not for the hex. Now we have to get creative because of this hex.
Since Wanda and Monica are back almost the same amount of time, that's true. What if Hayward knows about whatever it would cause Monica's cells to react to the hex? And maybe that was his plan the whole time, was to activate her as a weapon.
Oh, it could be. I mean, I get the impression that he really didn't want Monica to come back and is trying to take power away from her.
Yeah.
That's kind of the impression I got. But he also, this is a man who likes his sentient weapons.
Yeah.
He is a fan of the sentient weapons. That's why he's in the sentient weapon observation response division or whatever. Yeah. So there could absolutely be something to that theory.
Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Hey, we got pine tar. I can make us a loom.
I guess I feel like if any villain is going to be motivated purely by greed, it would be someone like Hayward, and I don't know that there's going to end up being anything supernatural, so to speak, about his character. Like he's just a greedy SOB, and if maybe that's enough, like he is someone who wants to snatch as much power as possible. Right. He's glad that Maria died and he wished Monica had never come back. That kind of thing. Like that's kind of what I get from him, but anything is possible. They could be like, Hayward was Ralph the whole time, and I would buy it. You know, I
feel like, you know what? Yeah,
anything is possible.
Sure.
I don't want to get rid of my Ralph theory, guys, but this was the first episode where he wasn't mentioned, and I noticed right away. Where's Ralph?
Well, she also wasn't in an attitude of making jokes.
I know, but I miss him.
That's true.
He means a lot to me. I want him to have a significant part of the season and not just be a joke. I bet he is just a joke, though.
Be funny.
Is it bad that I just really want to go to the desert and make myself big?
No, go get the galaxy sword, because as soon as you can get it, I want to see if we can buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, absolutely go get the galaxy sword. Actually, I'm gonna come too. I want to see if I can show people you getting it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you go ahead and go, because we have to, our phone's ringing.
Phone's ringing. The phone rings?
Yes. The phone rings. People call me.
I did not know.
It's a pre-recorded message in a foreign language, it says.
Ooh.
That's creepy.
Yeah, apparently we can get spam. I was playing this on my own the other day, and I was like, why the frick am I getting calls?
You know, Andy's in the chat pointing out that we haven't seen Norm or heard from Norm in a while.
Alright, I'm going to the
Yeah.
desert.
At least that's what I think Andy's pointing out, is that we haven't seen or heard from Norm. We haven't seen or heard from Dottie in ages either. I'm starting to think that character doesn't have significance like I thought she did.
I'm starting to think they only wanted to pay her for one day.
Yeah, she was a throwaway gag in the 70s episode, and that's that. Have not seen her since then.
Alright, I'm standing where you can activate your sword, Lindsay. And why don't you do it, and we'll see if we can show the folks at home how it works.
I'm coming. Let's do this. Woo!
Cal, it's because Norm is a communist.
He is a communist, for all we know. Alright, we see Lindsay.
I somehow just want that to be true. I know Norm is really a 21st century person who's been stuck there. But
Alright, go for it. Lindsay found the galaxy sword. That was literally as exciting as it looked. We didn't get to see any.
I turned blue, and there were little like flashes of light, and now it says the prismatic shard changes shape before your very eyes. This power is tremendous. You found the galaxy.
Dun dun dun. I mean, I've gotten it before, but I was hoping to show it. That's fine.
I mean, it didn't really do anything exciting, guys.
Oh, okay.
It was blue, and then it was normal.
It's just the best sword of the game. Oh, I've apparently not ever gone to talk to Sandy before. That's exciting. But that's the problem with some of these TV shows, is it's like, okay, is Norm not showing up significant, or is it he was scheduled for a different thing that day?
I mean, they can't realistically show everybody in these 30-minute episodes, which it brings us back to something we've all said. I wish they were longer. If only they were longer.
Oh, I'm gonna buy some beet seeds. I forgot that you can only get them here. And I'm buying some starfruit seeds.
Okay.
So now we don't have to keep making starfruit seeds out of the starfruits we have.
I found a golden relic in the sand. Don't know if I've ever found one of those before, honestly.
Oh, well, that's cool. No, they're for the museum.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever found one.
Alright,
I
now...
know about some fruit and things, so...
Ugh. No, I feel like more and more with these episodes, we keep getting pieces, but it's like, there's just like, there's no way to know, because it's, we don't know at what level they're gonna, like, go for things, or develop, like...
Yeah. I hope that these last 3 that were coming up here are really just like episode 5 every single week. Just doozies that are packed with development and information.
Right.
That's really what I'm hoping for. I don't think they have room for any. I almost wonder if they intentionally wrote an episode to kind of let things breathe a little bit, and then we're really going to be in the home stretch here. That's kind of what I wonder. We've got about an hour and a half left of footage,
right,
so to speak, left in this show. I don't think they should waste any of it. I think it should really just be balls to the wall the entire time.
Can we take a second to appreciate how wonderful the episode titles are?
No, they're so good. That is just a joy to see every week what they've chosen.
So don't tell Mackenzie, but I'm killing some of these coffee plants. She'll never remember.
That's fine. There's some, like, literally every time we get coffee, we get like 200 coffee seeds.
It's not necessary.
It's a lot. It was fine to gather a whole bunch before we had ancient fruit seeds, but I would much rather have
ancient fruit seeds.
Fruit seeds and space to grow some.
I'm planting some starfruit now.
That's fine.
And then as we get more ancient fruit seeds, we can replace that.
Oh my god, I'm having a cutscene with Billy.
Yeah.
He's on the beach with this weird giant blob of pink stuff.
Oh. Okay. Willing's an odd guy.
I mean, it's okay. Bug meat. Okay. Okay.
Is he telling you about bug steak? Because I know all about bug steak.
Wait. He's gonna teach me an old fisherman's secret.
Great.
Okay. I learned how to craft quality bobber.
Oh, good.
Using that bobber will attract higher quality fish.
Oh, Andrew, I'd be down for the aerospace engineer to be Shuri. That would be cool.
Oh, that is a very good idea. I would love that.
Because I'm pretty sure she's just every kind of engineer.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I'm sure she has at least 1 degree in aerospace engineering.
I'm sure. I'm certain of it.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
She definitely has the degree. Whether she's the one who shows up remains to be seen.
Right.
I am really interested to see.
You know,
I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Monica entering the Hex yet again.
Mm-hmm.
I have to feel like her comic book costume is going to come out of that in some way.
Right.
Like maybe she wears some kind of uniform or protective gear, and then when she goes through the Hex and then back out again, it changes it somehow.
Right. That would be cool.
Mm.
There's so much. That
I really hope we find out a little bit more about how Pietro got involved in all this in the first place. Because Quicksilver, I should say.
He just says, like, I was getting shot in the street for no reason, which means he doesn't remember what was going on.
Well, it could be poking fun at the fact that his death in Age of Ultron was totally stupid.
Oh, that could be too.
I have a lot of strong feelings about that.
So I low-key think that, like, the shot where she sees him and he's dead, as much as that could be, like, a traumatic thing for her, I also feel like it's a little bit of Marvel's snark in the same way, like, Spider-Man Homecoming was named Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, I think it could be a little bit like, LOL, Fox's Quicksilver is dead.
Oh, that.
Because the Fox universe is dead.
It could be. I hadn't thought about that, but it could be.
Because we're all like, what if there's multi-universes? And I'm like, no, they're saying the Fox universe movies are dead.
No, I mean, I guess, ouch, but I guess it could be. I noticed that the bullet patterns she saw during that brief glimpse where she saw what she thought was his dead body absolutely don't match the way that he was really shot.
True.
So there's that. It also is not that version of Quicksilver. Or it looks like that at all that was killed.
Right.
So I don't think she's puppeting his corpse is what I'm trying to say. I genuinely do not think this is a situation where she's doing Weekend at Bernie's with 2 different loved ones.
No,
I don't
agree.
think so.
Yeah.
I agree.
But he got those memories somehow, whether he was told that information as part of his reconnaissance mission.
Right.
Or whether he genuinely absorbed some entering the Hex. It could be either.
Right. You know, Andrew, I wasn't making a statement about his character. I was just saying... She never saw Pietro die, but she did see his dead body. So she would know she would know what the bullet patterns looked like.
Hypothetic, yeah, that's kind of the idea. So I'm not sure what was up with her remembering it wrong, so to speak.
Because she definitely saw him dead.
Yes.
Even if she didn't see him shot.
Yeah, she knows where he got shot, how that happened, absolutely.
Right.
Did they ever come out and say that the reason why there was no Scarlet Witch in the Fox universe and why Quicksilver got shot in Age of Ultron was because they split up the children with Fox and MCU?
I don't know if it was ever said. I don't know why else.
My theory.
I was saying that I was talking to Bear the other day, and I was like, if they really try to, like, remake the X-Men movies in the MCU, they're gonna have this problem where I will never accept anybody else as Magneto.
No, they had better. I almost hope that when they do bring mutants into the MCU, that they stay away from some of the better known ones for a while, if
Yeah.
not forever. Like, I hate these discussions of like, oh my god, here's our casting ideas for who could be Wolverine in the MCU, and I'm
Right.
like, are we? That things need to rest. Things
There's
need
Bear.
to breathe.
Fassbender is
Yeah.
Magneto. No, it was funny because when I was talking to Bear, he was like, "Yeah, Fassbender was a perfect Magneto," and I was like, "He's a perfect."
Yeah, he's a perfect whatever he wants to do. Oh Lord, don't we know it? He is perfect at everything he wants to do. If you don't respect Fassbender, don't think he's perfect, you think he has flaws, get off the stream. Sorry.
It's like he is perfect.
I almost think they should just have him show up for shits and giggles. Like, why not?
It would be really funny if like they had him like they kept Fassbender, but then like recast a couple of the other minor characters, and it was just him with all
Yes.
these other X-Men, and he's like, "All right, it's fine."
Did you see that? Anybody ever see that tweet that went viral a couple months ago? That was like, cast a what movie would you do where every character is a Muppet, but there's one
Yeah.
human character? And that's a great candidate. Is any of the X-Men movies, but Fassbender's a human and everyone else is a Muppet.
That would be so good. I really
I'm
want
like,
that,
oh.
only, like, instead of all the other human characters, it's like all the other mutants are Muppets, and Fassbender is like, we have to free the mutants who are the evolved form of humans, but they're Muppets. And all the other humans are like, but they're puppets. He's like, no. They're mutant puppets! That's what a Muppet is! It's a mutant puppet!
Oh, we figured it out.
We did.
Figured out what Muppet.
Oh, there's so much rain this fall. Lindsay, have you tried the phone yet?
I didn't check the hours of Robin's shop, so I did.
Isn't that crazy? How great is that?
Yeah, I definitely am going to go into my own farm and buy a phone. Yes.
I feel like I'm just gonna buy a bunch of them and put them all over town.
Anywhere.
Lynn, I'm not just saying this because I'm obsessed. I actually think you would like this game.
You know, I like games that are pretty narratively driven, and this seems like a really soothing. I don't like. Is this a narrative driven game?
I wouldn't know that it's narrative driven, but there is a narrative. Like,
sure,
you come to town and you've inherited your grandfather's farm, and there's a narrative to follow. You just don't have to follow it if you don't want to. But there's like a community center that you can rebuild, and then like all the people in town have these like you can date everybody in town, which I regularly do, and then you discover their like you have cutscenes with them, and they all have like tortured backstories, and there's some stuff that's not spelled out. Like, we're all pretty sure the shopkeeper's daughter is actually like an out of wedlock child with the wizard.
Oh my.
But it never like actually tells you, and you just have to like find these things. Or like one of the characters in the second year, his dad comes back from the war, and he has like crazy PTSD that he's dealing with, and there's a lot. Like, all these townspeople just have issues, and they all need your help with them.
Right. It does seem really awesome, and I've heard from everybody how much fun it is. One of these days, I will get around to it.
I don't even really like games like this, and I'm obsessed with this one. So
I have heard that from everyone who has played Stardew Valley says that they fall in love with it. Yeah. Everybody.
It's amazing. It's like my favorite thing.
It's the perfect balance of not being too grindy either. Like, you feel like you can actually achieve things.
Ooh.
Without like, okay, I just have to farm for 8 hours in a row before I can do it. Like, you really feel like you can do stuff.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
We need to upgrade your house so we have a cellar. That's what we need.
That's 2 upgrades, because I gotta get the kids' room first. But that's fine, because I do intend to get married one day.
Here's something I thought about when just watching the episode again this morning.
Yeah.
When we are seeing Wanda use her powers more and more out in the open. And
yep.
The episode ended like for the perspective of the people in the town.
Yeah.
Wanda hit Pietro really hard and he went flying. I absolutely screamed when I saw that. She blasted him with her powers. He knocked those gravestones over.
Yep.
And then she expanded the borders of the town. Are people going to notice? Or is that the nature of the hex that they won't care?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Good question.
I'm just really wondering because I mean, as somebody, I don't want to brag, but like with siblings, I feel like I have a special insight, especially with twins. If I used magic powers to knock Adrian like into a wall or something, a lot of people would notice and her feelings would be hurt. And I don't know what impact that's going to have on next week's on future episodes with Pietro.
I wonder too what's gonna happen in the town. Like, what if she just freezes the town now?
She could. There is nothing stopping her from doing that. We all know she has the ability to do it. Maybe that's when she and Vision will fight. The town will be frozen.
Yeah.
Except for the kids and Pietro, who she cannot control.
Right. And how are they going to respond?
Oh, the kid. I would have to think that the kids are going to be very upset the more that they piece together. They know that mom and dad are fighting.
Yeah.
They said at the very beginning, it was like, mom and dad are acting different.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really fighting, but mom's been weird ever since Uncle P got here.
Right.
Yeah, she cannot control them, and we are really going to see that play out, I think. Or I would hope so anyway.
Well, the next episode had the dystopian fiction trend of the late. Yeah, what would their next sitcom be? I don't think so, because it's all been sitcoms. Like, I can't think of a dystopian sitcom.
The rumor, I mean, it's not really a rumor, but I know, I heard, I didn't see the trailer, but I heard from somebody based on old trailer footage that there was something that looked a lot like the Modern Family setup.
That would make sense. That would be like...
I think that's the only thing they have left is 2010s, right when Modern Family premiered.
Because, like, the other sitcoms from the time weren't really family sitcoms.
Exactly.
It's like The Office or 30 Rock or something.
And which would be funny, but also not family oriented.
Right.
Unless they were going to have a single scene in Vision's hilarious job that was kind of office-y.
Right.
And he's like the gym of his office, and then they cut back to the house and it's like Modern Family. Maybe.
Right.
I'm if I had to guess, and I've not been good at guessing on the show, I would guess we're having one episode that's like 2010s. And then 8 and 9 will be more like a standard Marvel movie.
Yeah. Well, in Modern Family was Fox, wasn't it?
I thought it was ABC, but I can't remember. I have no idea.
Definitely ABC.
How do I know this? I've barely ever seen Modern Family, but it was just in my brain. Oh, Andy asking, what if it's This Is Us?
That's
I
NBC.
don't think that is a sitcom. I don't think
No,
that is a sitcom.
No.
I think that she's gonna stick with sitcoms, with family sitcoms for a little while longer.
Because she would want a family show that, like, is idealistic and not someone got in a car accident again. Who's gonna die by slow cooker this time?
Yeah, exactly. She's gonna try and take out Vision with a crock pot.
I love that they had to, like, do a public service announcement about crock pots. Like, is this what we've become as a society?
I'd forgotten that. Oh my gosh.
Dear me.
Gosh. I had absolutely forgotten that.
I wish I could forget that.
Jess, do we have any blue chickens yet?
No, I don't think so. But I don't think we determined, like, does the person who's had that cutscene with Shane have to be the one who buys them?
I don't know, because I'm having it right now, so...
Oh. I would say try it. But even then, it's a chance. Like, that's the problem. Although we...
But if you don't get one, and just...
Yeah. I wish you got something for having a blue chicken, other than just, like, it still lays eggs. Like, I wish it was like another kind of special egg or something. All of this would make way more sense.
I'm going with it. I'm rolling with it. It's all good. I do wish I had a
Fighting
blue ticket.
slimes. I haven't found a prismatic one yet.
No, I think it was somebody earlier in the chat who pointed out that a literal herring was in this week's episode. Like, that was the fish that the woman put in their bag in the
Yeah.
fish bag.
And
The
that's what
literal-
she threatened to turn them into.
Yeah, yeah. And
But it
that
wasn't
also-
a red herring.
No, it was not a red herring, but like, how I don't think they couldn't have made it that on the nose. I don't know. It seems like I remember reading a theory after the 70s episode that there was an animal in every single sitcom episode, and they were that had something to do with Ralph. Like maybe Mephisto is changing shape, and every episode there's some animal.
It was... What was it? It was lobster, and then it was...
The rabbit.
The rabbit.
Who she called Senor Scratchy, and then there was the stork.
And then...
And then the dog, Sparky.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who I guess the kids forgot about, huh? Didn't even bring him up this week.
Yeah. I mean, that's like kids. Well, they got an uncle instead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're not going to be thinking about that until the uncle leaves. That's another thing I was thinking about. Kind of a sitcom staple is that it's not like the uncle stays around forever. He's for like 2 episodes, or sometimes even 1.
Did you guys listen to the theme song real close?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I love that. You never know who will show up, and he was there.
It was crazy. It was like, don't think about what you've done. Let's just roll with it, or whatever.
Yeah, and it was like, even if it's an illusion, just play.
No. It was almost as on the nose as that we're making this up as we go along from the week before.
Right.
I loved it. I don't know enough about Malcolm in the Middle to recognize it, but I did like the theme song a lot.
That was the only sitcom I could have figured it matching was Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, not that I watched it very much, but I was like, yeah, I think that's all I got that this would actually go with.
Yeah.
I keep finding jellies, but I haven't found a prismatic one yet.
I mean, the chances are like not super high, so.
You know who was surprising me this week in WandaVision was Jimmy Woo. I thought it was interesting that he threw the first punch in that fight, not Monica, but Jimmy. And then he was like, oh, I'm a whiz at hot wiring cars. I'm like, Jimmy, what have you been up to since Ant-Man 2?
Learning every skill.
Since Ant-Man and the Wasp.
You know what I really want in some way? Is for, like, he and Wanda to, like, have a low-key face-off, but then he kind of, like, sort of dupes her, and he's like, close-up magic.
No! Yes! Oh, if he uses close-up magic to somehow get one up on...
Like, to distract her or something.
No, I want that so badly. Oh my god.
I think that would be so funny.
I did like, as John pointed out, sorry, that Pietro Maximoff was billed as himself. I can't imagine what the significance of that would be.
Well, so were the kids. The kids were billed as Maximoffs.
Yeah.
No, but it said as himself.
Oh.
Which I don't think any of the other characters had.
Interesting.
Because presumably they're all themselves, aren't they?
Yeah, presumably.
Or aren't they? Dun dun dun.
Lindsay, do you have a magnet ring of any kind yet?
I don't know. I have a glow ring, but not a magnet ring.
I just found a normal magnet ring, but I have a small magnet ring, so I can give you my small magnet ring.
Okie dokie. I will happily take it. Alright,
I think I'm giving up on the mines here.
Ooh. Hold on, I found a couple more jellies. We're just gonna kill these jellies before I run home.
Agnes isn't given another name either. That's true. Was she billed as herself?
No one else is billed. No one else had the as himself moniker, but for Agnes, it didn't have a last name. That's true. It just said Agnes.
Interesting. Yeah,
I kind of wonder if that. What?
I was just wondering. I've been trying to figure out too, like, what's the addition of like including her.
I can only assume that it is backing up our everyone's Agatha Harkness theory that we all have right now, where we're like all assuming that she has a lot of significance to this in this hex, and that she's the one who's manipulating Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's true, then they better maybe either tell us that explicitly or build up to it more.
Right.
Because it seems like it's been like they've been hinting at that every episode, but it's not yet quite paid off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair enough. We have 3 episodes to go. We have 3 episodes left to go. Maybe that's not something until the like second to last episode or next episode.
Lindsay, I think I got one more day in me. How about you? Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So we'll play one more Stardew day. So this will, and I know Lynn had to get going soon too, so.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Jess. I would have forgotten about my own virtual family. Reminded me. Thank you for knowing what my family's doing at any given point in time.
Oh, I got lovely. Booyah.
Before I go, I see Andy in the chat saying, "Where did all the children come from?" I think that Quicksilver hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
They've been intentionally kept asleep, except for certain occasions.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, but Wanda seemed so confused when he said that. Whoever it was that enslaved all these people in the first place probably also set it up that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of wondering if it's Agnes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Wes needs a lobster.
Yeah, because Wanda seemed genuinely confused. And I don't know that that's something she fully gets.
Right.
That these people are all being tortured. Although the way Quicksilver said it was kind of chilling.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, hey, no worries.
Lindsay, I'm putting the magnet ring in the red chest by Eric's house.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. How was adulting?
All right, dropped off my laundry, picked up a little pie for lunch.
That's pretty exciting.
Good.
Yeah.
I ironically have to go now that Kathleen is here. I was filling in for you, Kathleen, but I do have to get going. I wish I could stay longer. I would rather do this than do the thing I have to go to, but that's life. And I love you guys all very much, and let's do this again next week.
Yes! We've had a pretty good record. All right.
This week is absolutely going to crawl by, and I hope it goes by quickly.
Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Happy Valentine's Day.
You guys too. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. All right. However, the rest of us, I think, we will finish out this Stardew day. And then we'll go.
How has the fall been going?
So far, so good. We had our first eggplant harvest this morning. Got those.
Oh.
Sure. Now I have a galaxy.
Oh yeah, Lindsay got the galaxy sword, which means I might be able to go buy mine.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'll go check that out.
Thank you.
Is it very fancy looking?
It's purple. You would like it.
Oh, I would.
Kathleen, you would really like this game.
I know. It looks so calming, and I love that all the trees are fall now.
Yep. Oh, this game's so good.
I did find a video you might like. Someone made their own version of like the dating game, but it's all Stardew Valley people.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Yeah.
I've been neglecting my in-game dating because there's been so much to do. The start of the season is always so much work.
Yeah.
It's so busy, can't date.
I know.
We got the little like.
This game's getting a little too realistic for me right now. So many coffee beans. Mackenzie, what did you do? I feel like I should have more WandaVision theories than we've had, but it really was like there's just cool stuff that I'm excited to see how it plays out, but like, I don't know. Most of my theories are really wacky. Like, it's just more like, I'll just say the most ridiculous thing that definitely won't happen.
And it might happen.
Right.
Because it's ridiculous.
You just never know.
Right.
Alright, let's go to town. Let's date some people. Also, let's go to Gus and pop open some geodes. What happens if I do this? I'm curious. Hey, Lewis. Process geodes. So I'll say here towards the end of the stream too, I said it at the top of the stream, but right now I'm still planning on starting a new game on this channel, on Tuesday, but I will probably stream it a little bit earlier than I usually do, because I'll be home and awake, so I have Tuesday off of work, which is nice. And then there's some stuff I want to do too. Yes, I'm so excited for you to see that game, Kathleen.
Yes.
I will make sure you know.
Okay, thank you.
Because then you can help me. You can help me when I'm scared.
Okay. My dad, I was telling him about it, and my dad is playing a game. He got it on Epic Games. It was free.
Okay, yeah.
I forget what it was called. But it's a game where you're out exploring the universe, finding planets, and you go to a planet that's supposed to not be inhabited, but then when you get there, the Soviets have inhabited it.
Oh my gosh.
So then you just like wander around in this
Lindsay's
Soviet
dating
settled
Shane.
planet.
Oh, yeah. I'm dating Shane.
Congratulations. Hey, crafters!
Nice.
Oh, it's alright. I'm glad you're here. Better late than never.
And on Valentine's Day, Lindsay, how appropriate.
So appropriate.
Look at how cute Shane is.
Ah, I have the Willie's Crabs cutscene.
Oh, that's always a fun one.
Crafters, if you don't mind me asking, what time zone are you in? You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Oh my, that is a lot of crabs.
It's so many crabs. My experiment needs a little work.
I will agree to that.
Oh, back at it again, huh, Willie? How's our Valentine? My Valentine's Day is great. I'm hanging out with my friends and streaming Stardew Valley and talking about WandaVision. Oh, his crabs are feisty. It marks 3 years in the Navy for you. Congratulations, Cal. That's wonderful.
Oh my god, I can buy a galaxy sword, and a dagger, and a hammer.
Yep, I've looked at them. I think the sword's still better than the other two, but they're cool.
It is better than the other two. It has way more. Well, they have 50 to 80.
GMT time zone. Okay. So that's.
I like swords better than anything else, honestly, because the hammer adds a lot of weight, so I don't like moving slower. Plus, it's
Don't tell Willie.
That's weird. I don't know. I like the sword, but yes, you guys can now just buy the galaxy swords.
Sweet.
I mean, it's $50,000, but still.
Yeah, but it's better than finding another prismatic shard or waiting.
Right. Well, especially because we also still need one for the museum, so that would be like we need 5 eventually.
Right.
Which is a lot.
Okay. So that's good. So if I'm getting the other Willy cutscene with the big blob that you got, Lindsay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? Like,
It's so strange. Okay, cool. So then, if I stream earlier on Tuesday, maybe you'll be able to drop by. You know, I always call you crafters, but I see you also have Kal-El on there. I don't know which one you'd rather me do. But crafters is in all caps, so I see it first. Gone 3 years in service without getting in any trouble. Well, I am not surprised that you have not gotten in any trouble in 3 years, Cal. You're a good dude. I know they are very blessed to have you. Let's see. Let's scavenge from the beach. Don't mind. Okay. As long as you're not bothered by it. Search for sailor. What will we do? I love how when you play Dishonored, they have, what will you do with what should we do with a drunken sailor? But they call it drunken whaler, because whaling is like a big industry in that game. And like, the version of the song in the game is so creepy. I love it. Oh, I gotta buy, Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider are on sale on Steam right now. And they stop being on sale tomorrow. And I can get both of them for $20. Which I'm gonna do because I want to stream them. I'm pretty excited. I never bothered to change your channel name that you made years ago. I gotcha. I gotcha. Where is anything I could give? I think I already gave him a present today. I did. You're actually allergic to alcohol. Well, that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard it. I mean, I guess it makes sense because, like, everything can be an allergy, really. Like, after Prey? Yes! We'll still be doing Prey first. Because I really want to play Prey first because we're going to start Prey on the day in-game that Prey starts. Prey starts on the Ides of March, which I thought was very telling. And, so we'll play it on the Ides of March, which I'm really excited about. Which, for those of you who also follow my book club, if we have not finished Dark Disciple by then, I'll probably push it back a day so we can stream. But it's actually really possible we'll be done with Dark Disciple by then. I haven't quite figured out how it's going to go. Anyway, just quick, be off, enjoy your stream, and that I'll avoid wandering. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, we mostly had finished talking about WandaVision anyway. But definitely enjoy the show, because it's been really good. Thank you for dropping by. I'm always happy to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's amazing. Yeah! I remember when I played the game the first time, I was like, this game starts on the Ides of March. I don't think that's a good sign.
That makes sense.
I think this is the game warning me that bad things are about to happen. And I'm excited to stream it, because I've played it once, so it won't be a blind playthrough. But, you know, there's only so much. That doesn't mean I found everything in the first playthrough, because it's such a big game. And, like, doing things slightly different can change things, so. I think it'll be good. But yeah, I think we're getting close to wrapping up the day. But I thank you guys for watching. I'm glad we had Lynn here, and we have Kristen and Kathleen and Lindsay. Mackenzie will hopefully be back with us soon. Hopefully she can use her arm again soon. That would be nice.
She has the computer cord now.
Yeah.
So
she can play, but it's like, can she move her hand? It's my main worry.
no.
Overall, I think it made E3 before you hit 3 years. No, that's great. Yes, thank you, Bear, for being here. I know he was sitting there snickering at all of our WandaVision theories, because he's read all of the things. I'm really excited to talk to him about all of this once we've seen all the episodes.
I'm curious what they're gonna pull, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, because there's certain things, because, like, up until Winter Soldier, the Hydra being in S.H.I.E.L.D. thing wasn't in the comics, right? Like, that was a out-of-nowhere thing, I think.
I don't.
Been fun to learn on. It's a little bit less puzzly on this one, right, Andrew? You'll enjoy Prey a lot. If you liked Deus Ex, you'll like Prey a lot. The nice thing about Prey is there's still kind of stealth involved because you don't want to get spotted by the aliens, but there's not like, do you knock people out or do you shoot people? Because like everything on the station is hostile, so like you can literally just either avoid or fight. It's not take naps or shoot people. But it's a fun game. But yeah, this is very different. Yeah, because it's more of a podcast while we play. Stardew Valley. But I think that's fun. I keep meaning to play other kinds of games on stream. It's just happened that Immersive Sims have been the last couple of games I played because I really like that genre. Pretty good money-wise. We sold all those coffee beans again. Mackenzie will be. Somewhere her skin is itching and she's like, they sold my coffee beans. Actually, I doubt she'd really care that much. I really doubt she'd care that much.
So many. There's so many.
There's so many.
There were so many.
But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. It's really cool that many of you turn out for these streams every week.
I know.
Like, here's a couple of people who don't read Marvel comics discussing a Marvel TV show while playing Stardew Valley. I'm like, alright. But yes, talk to you all later. Happy Valentine's Day, or Palentine's Day, or Galentine's Day, or what is it, Anna Howard Shore Day? I usually celebrate by watching all the Valentine's Day episodes of 30 Rock, which I highly recommend to anybody who is needing something to do by themselves. You mean other games like Ghost Recon? I know, Cal, I know. One day. Promise. Talk to you guys later. Bye.